Younger sister falsely accused me of being a predator at school in front of a teacher during my mail route. Now she's furious I took her phone away. I, 27 male, am the guardian of my younger sister, 13F, and I work for the USPS. Lately I've been on a route that delivers mail to the local middle school and high school, and she happens to go there. Today I was at the middle school walking to the main office with the mail, and then suddenly I hear back away, pedo. And I got really started and looked, and it's my younger sister with her friend. She was laughing and I told her that wasn't funny, and a nearby teacher came over firmly asking what was happening. I frantically explained I was delivering the mail and she was my younger sister who was making a tasteless joke, and my sister was just standing there enjoying the situation. Fortunately the teacher heard me and just told my sister and her friend to get back to class. Before she left I said hey and she looked and I sternly said give me your phone and she stopped for a moment and said what? And I told her to give me her phone. She protested at first but I persisted and she gave me her phone and seemed really upset and annoyed as she walked away. I got home this afternoon and she was fucking pissed at me. Finally, I got to have a conversation with her about it and I told her behavior was completely inappropriate and unacceptable because she very easily could have made me lose my job, which is putting the food in our mouths and clothes on our backs and roof above our heads, just because she wanted a quick giggle. She continued to persist and pulled the who do you think you are, my parent? And I said I think I'm the person who pays for your cell phone bill and can easily cancel that phone plan anytime they want. She just walked away and I asked if she was gonna eat dinner or should I put it away, and she flipped me off as she went upstairs, to which I called out yeah okay, I'm keeping your phone Anathi. Our day, my sister is a big ray of hope in my sea of depression and stress and the most important thing in my life and my reason for trudging through this shit job, but holy shit she can be such a brat sometimes. I'm wondering if maybe I overreacted by taking her phone. Maybe this is a completely separate thing, but sometimes it just feels so weird punishing her. Like I feel I'm the one who's supposed to help get her out of parental punishments rather than the one asserting them. Ada? Edit. Holy shit you guys, I wasn't expecting 250 new comments when I opened Reddit after work. I'll look through what I can. Update 1. I delivered mail at her school yesterday and saw the teacher who was involved in the situation and anxiously asked her if anything was gonna come of it. She said she admittedly did have a little talk with her after and based on what my sister said and what she saw of the situation firsthand, she didn't see a need to report it. But she did say if my sister keeps saying stuff like that, she would feel compelled to report it. I almost dropped to my knees thanking her. So I've been thinking of the whole situation for the past 2 days and have been soul searching or whatever and decided I'd talk to her again. Now, I worked really late this afternoon and had a pretty draining, upsetting and really hard/heavy day. I got home rather late, but my sister actually stayed up to wait for me and said she wanted to talk to me. She asked if we could sit down and then she told me she was really sorry for saying what she did and she didn't mean to embarrass me or get me fired or anything and said she was out of line for flipping me off and told me she was sorry for that too, and then she told me she loved me. So I had some stuff I was trying to figure out how to articulate, but she initiated the conversation so I just threw out what I had even though it was undercooked. I told her I appreciate the apology, but she clearly doesn't understand how serious her joke was. I told her that little joke seriously could have ruined both of our lives since if the wrong person heard, Child Protective Services would have put her into foster care and forced her to live in some rundown place with, potentially dangerous, people she's never met, and she would be doing so all alone without me and I'd potentially be facing legal action and without a job, all because she wanted a little giggle. Then I said I really haven't appreciated her attitude as of late and the way she's been talking to me, and I said some of her behavior is completely inappropriate. I used the flipping me off and making that joke as examples, and while I always will be her big brother, I'm also her parent right now. So I told her I was going to limit her screen time/internet time, and to start I made the decision I'm going to be giving her a flip phone. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where all hell broke loose. She just blankly stared at me for a second and said what? And was asking if I was joking and why would I do that. I did my best to stay firm and just said I'm sorry but that's what's gonna happen, and she was begging me and profusely apologizing for her bad attitude, and she asked why I was giving such a harsh punishment for her stupid joke. She actually started crying and I felt horrible and wanted to tell her actually I'll think about it, and I felt like such an asshole for not saying that. But then once she realized I was firm, she switched planes and went into offense mode. She started pinballing between points as to why I can't do this, I'm being controlling, malicious, self-centered, and others, and she also made some cheap and unsavory comments relating to the fact that I recently received an autism diagnosis and questioning the effect that has on my decision-making skills. I think that was the one time I lost my cool in that conversation because I just said ableism. Nice. And she said something ridiculous like is it ableism if you're actually being stupid? And I nodded, said a well thought out rebuttal. Some more shit was said, but it ended with her literally screaming and saying I was being unreasonable and she hates me before going upstairs. That went about as I expected. I'm just really happy she didn't tell me she wished I was dead again or that she wished she didn't live with me. Pretty low bar, but I was anticipating that. I can live with I hate you. I don't really have much else to say except God, I can't wait until I can go back to being her brother instead of her parent. So there's the update. Update 2. So this post will probably come off as very scattered, but I'm coming off of a really work week, so a little grace would be appreciated. Anyway, Things were pretty quiet for a few days. I got her the flip phone and she refused to use it at first, but then realized that was her only means of contacting her friends, so she reluctantly took it. She didn't really come out of her room when I was home and our conversations were pretty much just, "Can we talk? Can I have my phone back?" No then no for a while. Then tonight I got done with work a bit earlier than usual and came home and asked if we could talk, and she finally said okay and we had a conversation. First we talked about what she said last week and the gravity of it and why she would say something like that. I think she understands the severity and just how horrible/foolish it was of her to do that. Then I told her the flip phone won't be permanent and I just need to see an improvement in her behavior and her attitude, and whenever she gets her phone back there will be parental locks on it. I also told her right now it's in a safe place, in my storage locker with a padlock only I know the combination to, and promised her I'll respect her privacy and won't go through it, which seemed to put her at ease a bit. I told her I loved her and she was my best friend and I'm so lucky and glad I have the privilege of living with her and being her brother, and I asked if I could hug her. She said whatever and let me hug her, so that made me happy. She also didn't really say anything throughout the conversation other than okay, but I think/hope the punishment seemed more manageable after the conversation. She at least came down for dinner tonight and didn't completely evade me. Not gonna lie, part of me was hoping for a family sitcom type ending with us hugging and apologizing to each other and crying, but whatever. I doubt she looks up to me as her big brother anymore, but Jesus Christ, she can't say/do stuff like that. Anyway, that's probably the final update. Maybe if another situation I need a second opinion on comes up I'll post again, but for now, just don't go around calling people pedophiles for a cheap joke. Seriously. Edit, I feel I should put this in the post. The reason she said back off pedo is because there's a video on TikTok of these kids running around a park yelling "Get away pedo" at random people and then laughing as they frantically run away. Just a dumb internet video she was imitating. I think she understands the severity. I actually got her to say she understood it wasn't funny and that she shouldn't have said it.